Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty good. Are you getting used to this weather and this weather change that we're experiencing, actual season?
The best part is I get to start wearing sweaters.
Sweaters.
I'm so excited for that. How about you?
I love sweaters. I'm a big sweater weather person. It's just hard for me to wake up now.
I know. I'm already on like my second coffee, so it'll kick in as we're chatting more. So it's all good. So how was your week? What's going on?
Week's good. It was very busy, got a lot of filming shoots happening, but we also have something very exciting that I wanted to tell you. We have our live premiere of our micro series called The Walkers, which is premiering on Halloween at 7 p.m. It'll be live on our She TV Media YouTube channel, and it's about these like badass witches that get into trouble and have to get out of it.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah, it's our lives basically. So
okay. It's kind of like a docu-series, very Bravo-esque.
Yes, very, very much so.
That's fantastic. Good for you. So how many episodes?
There's 3.
Very cool.
Yeah. So you'll have to tune in, but it'll be available, and it's really funny, and it's got great music. So it'll be a good time.
That's very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah,
oh my God, I check in on
How's your week? Tell me.
Busy, but it's good. I'm not complaining. I'm just busy. So it's all kinds of goodness.
All good.
Goodness right now.
All good. And has the unit sold the latest listing yet?
We're in escrow.
Oh.
So that one's in escrow. We're opening up another one today, but I'm very superstitious, so I don't like to talk about them. That's all I'll say.
Apologies. It's like Fight Club.
So very excited for today. We get to talk to apparently the man, the myth, and the legend.
Yes, Tony P. We have heard from everyone else about Tony P's Dockside Grill, so it's very exciting to finally bring Tony Palermo on and tell us about his restaurant and how he got there. And Tony, come on down.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm well. Happy Friday.
Is it Friday? It's
Thursday. Friday doesn't mean much in the restaurant business. It just means you're going to get busy.
Yeah. You don't have weekends, right?
No.
You just go on through.
Mondays are big days.
So Friday is so Friday starts your weekend. So I'm assuming that's when you start looking at it and going, oh crap, I need to like get stuff done.
Well, if you don't have it done by now, you might as well hang it up, man.
Touche. Valid point.
Yeah, point. It's pretty funny. You know what? This is a morning thing we're doing here, right? So I wanted to start out, and I didn't even tell you guys, but I wanted to start out with Bloody Marys. Is that okay?
Yes.
So, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to get your pen and pencils out. We have award-winning Bloody Marys, and I've never told anybody the recipe.
Oh,
but it is Facebook Live.
Let's do it. So, break it down.
My desk is full of everything. So celery salt, Tampico Spice. It's a spice company downtown. It's a great place. We've been going there for years. So 2 teaspoons of celery salt. You ready?
Yeah.
This is going to be quick. A couple of teaspoons of whole black pepper.
I love this.
2 teaspoons each of A1 and Worcestershire sauce.
No way.
I don't know A1.
1 big can of good tomato juice. It's got to be good stuff, right? 1/4 cup of horseradish. We only have big toys here. And then Frank's hot sauce. Okay, it's also it's Red Rooster. There's a couple different names for it, but 2 teaspoons of this. It doesn't have as much vinegar as Tabasco sauce in it, so it's got a lot more flavor. Nice. Some good vodka. 2 ounces of good vodka. Green olives. Cherry peppers.
Wow, you've got a big desk over there.
I do, really.
I was literally thinking the same
thing. And then a couple of pepperoncinis. Okay. And don't forget the limes.
Yum.
Cheers. I wish you were here.
Cheers. I wish I was there.
Although I'm actually wishing that I just had my doorbell go off for a surprise delivery.
You know what? I thought about that this morning. How can I like set you guys up with it didn't work out. I really apologize.
We'll have to have a chat.
There's nothing wrong with a little day drinking.
No. Oh God, no. We'll have to have a chat with Christina for not coordinating that one.
She could have did that.
We'll accept them later on. It could just be a surprise, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, or stop by later. But yeah, they're great. I mean, it's a big glass full of good fashion. Wake you up. Hi.
Would you say that's like your most popular drink, or
No, Mai Tais. Mai Tais are the most. But I'm sworn to secrecy on that. I wasn't going to. We've sold 70,000 Mai Tais since we've been open. And some guy the other day said, "How do you know this?" I said, "Well, it's this thing called the computer. You run a report." And he looked at me like, restaurants aren't supposed to do that. But yeah, we sell a lot of them. We've sold 70,000 in 23 years.
Wow.
If you add it up, that's not that much. But if you
Just
23 years, 365, 363. We're closed on Christmas and Thanksgiving. Anyways.
So, wow. So you've been there for 23 years now.
We're in our 23rd year.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we're the OGs of the restaurant business.
Yeah.
How have you watched, because everybody knows where Tony P's is. You're right here in Marina Del Rey on the water. Incredible location. How have you watched the area change over the past 23 years?
It hasn't changed much.
Interesting.
We've got some towers across the street, which is LA City. You know that, not LA County.
Right.
LA County itself hasn't changed much in 23 years. It's going to. I mean, there's new apartments coming up. There's a lot of remodeling going on. A lot of leases you have to remodel. So there's a lot of I'd say in the next 5 years, there's going to be more going on in the marina than it has in the last 23.
Oh, that's actually cool.
Yeah.
How did you choose your location, or what's like your backstory? How did Tony P's end up where you are?
Well, Danny, my partner in the restaurant, we've been cooking together since we were 18. That's just a whole different story. I grew up in Detroit, in the hood, what they call it, 6 Mile. When my kids say, "Oh, this movie's 8 Mile," I said we had to get on a bus to go to 8 Mile. But Danny and I have been working together since we were 18 years old. And we moved out to California early 80s. I won the Michigan State Chili Cook-Off. Me and a bunch of buddies entered it, drank some beer, and I won. And that put me in a 13-state cook-off, and I won that. And that put me into California, and I came out to California in the winter. And you can tell that people who have never been here, they're getting off the plane with big winter coats on. And, anyways, I didn't win. I came in like 5th. But I went back, I said to Dan, I said, "We got to get out of here, man. This is," and we moved out here 6 months later, and that was in 81.
Oh, wow.
Without jobs. So, people got to eat, got to hustle.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very, but
Get started.
you've done incredible for yourself.
But I went to work. I was the executive chef for the Hard Rock Cafes. They had just opened a week in Beverly Hills or the Beverly Center. And we were doing 1,300 meals a day. And I opened San Francisco, and then I was the director of operations, and we were looking at Chicago. And then Danny and I, Danny's a pastry chef by trade. He was working at a place. He was a pastry chef. And we met a guy from Detroit out here who co-signed our first loan. And we opened Teasers on the 3rd Street Promenade in 85. So we've had our own restaurants for 35 years. We're getting old, man.
That's amazing.
And we opened this in 97.
97.
This
Okay.
is where Barney's Beanery is now on the promenade. We were there for 16 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Huh?
Wow.
You don't know any better. You get up and go to work. Actually, I'm lucky. I'm really lucky. I just go to my other house. It's not, I don't really consider it work anymore. I enjoy what I do. I'm a lucky guy.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a novel idea.
Not what I did.
That's just wacky.
Lots of people aspiring for that.
Every now and then,
I mean, it looks pretty great. You're just drinking, Virgin in the morning. I love it.
That's not every day. That's just because you guys are here.
Just a special occasion.
I'm like, you're making the restaurant biz look great.
Yes.
Well, it's like a kid in a candy store. You walk past the bar. You don't stop every day.
Right.
I would hope not.
Yeah. And the bread coming out of the oven, you put your hands in your pocket. There's certain tricks to the restaurant business. You don't eat it all day long either.
Yeah, tell us some of the behind the scenes stuff that people wouldn't know about how a restaurant operates.
You know, we were talking the other day. Somebody comes in, they order. One of our highest selling items is fish and chips. But when somebody says, "I want a fish and chips," they have the backstory to how that gets there is just incredible. I mean, we have 12, 15 food purveyors. Produce changes rapidly. We get bids from 2 different produce companies twice a week, fish companies twice a week. Billy, who's our chef, Guillermo Rodriguez. Hi, Billy. We've been working together since '83. He started with me at the Hard Rock. So he places the orders, they come in. We have a kid, Serrano, who puts it away. He's been with us 7 years, puts everything away. Then the lead prep, which is Pedro or Juan. Pedro's been here 23 years. Juan's been here 19 years. You know, they do all the soups, sauces, and stocks and things like that. So they have to make the coleslaw dressing for the coleslaw with the fish and chips. They have to make the tartar sauce. There's 13 different things in the tartar sauce. The seasoned flour that the fish goes into. First, they have to wash everything, do all that, prep that up. The fry guy cuts up all of his fish, gets ready, makes his batter with the flour that the other guy made. You know, he gets an order, he puts it in the fryer, fries it. I would say Eloy or Raul or Billy, one of them, our kitchen managers, are always on the line. Raul's been with us 20 years. Eloy's been with us 19 years. They organize the food, put it in the window. The runner organizes it. Domingo, he's like the lead expediter. He's been here 10 years. They line up all the food per table, seat number, then the runners take it to the table. And the customer, within 13 minutes, gets the fish and chips and goes, "Oh, this is so good." But even, and then, because people don't, you know, you sit down, you shouldn't know this stuff. Who cares? You know, you just ordered some fish and chips. You don't want to know this stuff. But then, you know, the bus boy, we got a couple, Flo or Angel. Angel's been here 23 years. Flo's been here 17. Takes it to the dishwasher. Dishwasher cleans the plate. Another dishwasher puts it back so that when the fry cook reaches, he gets it. At the end of the night, the fry cook strains, cleans the fryer, sets it up for the next day, cleans the station. We shut off the lights. The cleaning crew comes in at 1 a.m. Mary and Oscar, they've been with us 23 years. Clean the restaurant. 4:30, the lights finally go off. And then 7:30, the lights come back on and Pedro starts it all over again.
So,
yeah, I mean, it's a real, the restaurant business is kind of like a manufacturing company, realistically. You're taking a raw product, you're processing it, you're selling it, and you have about a 3-minute window. If somebody didn't do their job along the way, you know, they're everything like, "You ruined my day, you son of a."
done.
So, I mean, it's a short, you know, a little short window into what really happens, because people don't really understand. Like I said, nor should they.
But what's really cool is listening to that. I mean, you've had this core group of people with you. Seriously, that's just mean. That's really mean.
Just teasing us.
Right? But like, how have you managed to keep everybody? Because I've always assumed that the restaurant business has a fairly high turnover rate.
A lot of them do.
But how
Patty, who's our controller, who makes sure the 99 employees, and what do we have with liquor guys? Maybe 22 purveyors get paid. She's been with us 23 years. I think that Danny and I both look at life like, unfortunately, we have to work, so you might as well have fun. We treat people with respect. You know, if you do your job, it's a great place. If you don't, we fire you.
Okay, that's fair.
But after 23 years, we don't have to anymore. The other employees, they instantly say, "Hey, this person's not going to work out."
That's really cool. But that's really cool. I mean, to hear that you've had these people with you pretty much since you started. I'm like,
we're very fortunate. But I think that everybody comes here, we have a good time. You got to kind of be a little bit weird to like this business. You know, when you have, you know, when we were open all the way, you might be cooking 20 tables at the same time. The pressure is in the kitchen is like, and you go out in the dining room, it's like, yeah, and a little jazz going, you walk back in the kitchen, but you gotta like that. we're all kind of weird, really.
Yeah, I think that's fascinating too, just like how you can kind of deal with the pressure, but also how have you dealt with the pressure of what's been going on in the world, and how have you adapted? And you're still alive, you're thriving, people are loving your brunch and your food and everything. Like, how have you done it?
Well, we say around here, pivot is the word for 2020. I mean, they've really, as far as the restaurants go, just anything they can throw at us, they have. I mean, we were closed for 85 days straight. How do you survive that? I mean, we both took out seconds on our houses. I mean, there's no, you got to do what you got to do. One day I came here every day. One day I came in, there were 2 inches of water in the basement because the pipe, after, the building was built in 66, there's water all over the place. So you can't just walk away. But when we started back, and then on June 10th, they said you have to close the inside. We painted the back of the building again, moved all the furniture from the tavern and put it under the patio. So we have 2 patios. We have an oceanfront patio and we have our regular patio. So we're just so fortunate. I mean, we seat 76, we seat 156 people. We're so fortunate. I got so many buddies that have 4 tables in a parking lot. We've been able to maintain some source of business so that the 99 employees can keep working.
How is it that, because obviously you're busy with work, you have 3 dogs, used to have 5. How is it that, and you do a ton,
2 daughters.
2 daughters. I mean,
just kidding.
You got a lot going on. Plus you spend a lot of time in the community. How do you do it all? Like, seriously, and don't give me a lack of sleep and day drinking. How do you honestly juggle all of it?
I sleep. Everybody actually, my wife, it's 11 o'clock. I got to start heading towards bed. Like, it's only 11. Yeah, well, I get up at 7. Love you, dear. I don't know. It's just part of the cycle of the day. You know what I mean? I don't listen. I've been working 40 to 80 hours since I was 13 years old. I worked full time in high school in an Italian restaurant. I was the fry cook. I worked 4 to 10, 5 days a week. I don't, it is what it is. But if you enjoy it's not really work. It is. I mean, because you have it's you got to. I don't know. It's just a different kind of thing for me. It's not like that for everybody.
That's just it. It sounds like for you, this is not considered, it's work, but luckily seriously, dude, you're surrounded by like just incredible people that you actually enjoy, which is very fortunate. Very fortunate. Allows you to just really.
There's people here, their kids are working here, working with us. And it's kind of what do you say to somebody after 40 years? Hey man, how's your kid? How's your grandkid now? But, we're very fortunate. But I think that portrays to the customer, if you have a happy crew, the customers feel that. If everybody here is disgruntled because we're trying to take advantage of them, listen, we all go to restaurants like that. It's like, is anybody happy here? I take it the same principle. We don't sell anything we wouldn't eat or drink. We were my wife and I were in a restaurant one day. We ordered a bottle of wine, and I had to call the manager over. I said, listen, at the end of a busy shift, do you drink this shit? And he looked at me, he said, no. He had nothing to say. I mean, they buy the cheapest stuff in town. I mean, we look at it like you got to take care of the customer, and our employees are inner customer. And if all your customers are happy, you survive.
Hey, Tony, we're getting a couple questions from the live audience.
Really?
First question, they're asking about the Mai Tai recipe. What's the secret ingredient?
That ain't happening.
Had to ask. And then
you got to come in and drink a lot of them. The good thing about Mai Tai is a couple, it's like the phone bill, 3, it's like, okay, call a cab. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Strong drink. I take it. And then the other question is, a wedge salad fan or a huge fan?
A what salad fan or a huge fan?
Of the wedge salad.
Yes, I'm a fan. I don't understand your question.
I don't know. It says fan or a huge fan.
A huge fan.
I love
Well, we have Applewood smoked bacon. It's the only stuff we get. We render it down. I call it fat man candy because it is, when you take bacon and render it down so it's crispy but not overcooked, it's the best thing. And everybody calls it candy in the kitchen because I do that. And because I inspect, there's a few things that you got to make sure it's right. And one is the candy. And I walk through, they say candy, candy. And they'll go, oh, beautiful candy today. Thank you.
Have you tasted every time?
Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad problem.
See,
we make our breadsticks throughout the day.
That was my problem.
And then the next day, whatever's left, we slice them really thin and we put garlic and Parmesan and butter and bake them. So those are our crackers for our soup. Those are the hardest because we have a warmer that they sit in, and I would only eat them if they were broken. And then one day I caught myself breaking one, and I said, you got a problem, man.
All right, Tony, I think it is time for the surprise round. Are you ready?
That time already? Yeah, go for it, man.
Drum roll, please. All righty. Welcome to the rapid fire round. Tony, you have 2 seconds because you're quick to answer the following questions. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. What is your favorite local hangout? And you can't say Tony Peace.
My backyard.
Restaurant.
I have a pizza oven and a bar in my backyard. I'm one of those Italians.
They're on pod.
I love it. Favorite brunch spot?
Oh, you say Tony P's Dockside Grill.
All right, we'll take it. Favorite joke?
Boy, I wasn't ready for that. You know what? I have a lot of them too, and I don't have any right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, next one. Rams.
Phone a friend. What? I said phone a friend.
Oh, phone a friend.
You remember that? That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Rams or Chargers fan?
Rams.
What is okay, finish this sentence. When I dance, I look like
A dancing bear.
I love that. And what is your least
That
favorite?
was my nickname for years. And because I have to have music in the kitchen. We have music in the kitchen because you can't, no music, no dance, no work. No trabajo, no music. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I love that. Dancing bear, dancing bear. What is your least favorite food?
Uni. Ugh, I don't know how anybody eats that.
And what is your
First time I had that, I was like, really? We're going to eat that?
favorite band or singer?
It has to be like Michael Jackson or Stevie Wonder.
Nice.
I grew up in Detroit, so I'm a Motown guy.
I love it. I love it. And beach or mountains?
Beach. Snow in the rearview mirror is a beautiful thing growing up in Detroit.
That's fair.
That's when you're driving down the mountain.
Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
Wow. I was in the Glee Club for years.
Hold
Up and Away.
Stop
Up and Away. Do you remember that? Up and Away. You know, up and away. Do you remember that? Anyways, okay, we'll leave it at that.
Okay, we're gonna have to do another segment of you singing. So that's all my questions from the rapid.
Francesca took over the singing part.
So wait, Glee Club? We're going to back up for a second.
What?
Glee Club.
Yeah.
Really? How was that? Was it just like the TV show?
This was in the Lower East Side of Detroit, man. No, it was not like the TV show.
We'll have to stay tuned to see what we can get, any historical footage of that. But thank you so much for doing the rapid fire round. Tell us, how can people get involved? What do you want the audience to know? Give them your spiel.
Eat out often. It's easier to eat out than cooking at home.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Come in, say hi. You know, we're here. We're not going anywhere. Love you, mean it.
I love it. I feel like that was a perfect sign off.
You know, right?
Cheers.
Tony, this has been a blast. And I'm really, seriously, I'm waiting for that doorbell like any second now.
You know, I should have figured that out. I do apologize. It would have been a better picture thing if you both had one.
That's okay. I mean, we will hold it against you, but in a nice way.
Well, next time you come in, I'll be happy to get you a Bloody Mary.
Now we're talking.
There you go.
Awesome. This was a lot of fun. This was great. So we really appreciate you taking the time to come on and join us this morning. And yeah, we need to talk more about this Glee Club and the menu and all this kind of stuff. I feel like there's so much backstory that we didn't even begin to scratch the surface at.
No, didn't even scratch the paint.
We'll get down to the
What
bottom.
happens when you get old? You got a lot of shit to talk about. Before you forget it. That's another thing too.
That's fair.
Better write it all down. Write it all down. make
Well,
your
now it's on YouTube for life.
perfect.
That's true. That's true. Nice.
My grandkids can see it.
And we'll have
There are none, but
you know.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Tony.
Tony.
Really appreciate it.
Wonderful weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.